Good morning everyone. Today we will discuss about environmental chemistry. Environment is a general comprises of atmosphere, hydrosphere, lithosphere and biosphere. Atmosphere, it is the layer of gases surrounding the earth. It filters harmful radiation and allows only near UV visible and other longer wavelength radiation to pass through it. Hydrosphere, it includes all types of water bodies like river, ponds, lakes, oceans, glaciers, polar ice caps, etc. Lithosphere, it is the outer crust of earth consisting of minerals and soil. Biosphere, it includes all living organisms and their interaction with the atmosphere, hydrosphere, and lithosphere. All the constituents of environment influence one another. Environmental chemistry, it is a science which deals with the various chemical phenomena occurring in the environment. It includes the study of sources and effects of certain specific chemical species called pollutants on air, water, and soil. By definition, pollutant is a substance produced either by a natural source or by human activity which has an adverse effect on the environment, that is, which causes the environmental pollution. Environmental pollution can affect humans, animals, plants, and also materials. While it may cause illness or even death in case of humans and animals, it may reduce the growth of desirable plants. In some cases, may even cause severe injury. The effect on materials includes corrosion of metals and marble as well as decolorizing of paints. An idea about the adverse effect of environmental pollution can be had from fact that nearly 4,000 persons died of respiratory diseases in London in 1852. Hundreds of Japanese suffered from diseases and death on eating populated fish from Minamata Bay during 1953 to 60. Nearly 50 Iraqis died after consuming polluted wheat in 1972, and so on. Long distance movement of pollutants. There is sufficient evidence to establish that many types of pollutants get distributed over the entire earth in short period. Radioactive fallout from the atmospheric nuclear tests conducted in any part of the world becomes detectable in all parts of the world within days or weeks, and from the analysis of the fallout, the scientists can easily learn a great deal about the type of the tests carried out. Even the polar regions are not immune from the fallout. Chlorinated hydrocarbons such as DDT and its metabolites get distributed throughout the world, having been transported by air or by some other means not yet fully understood. DDT at a level of 100 ppb has been detected in the liver and fat of the animals living in Antarctica, thousands of kilometers away from the site where the pesticides actually are used. There is now growing evidence that many chronic diseases such as asthma, emphysema, bronchitis are environmentally induced. The allergy problem being induced by Parthenium congress grass, whose seed was inadvertently brought into country from USA along with the imported wheat during the period in which India had a shortage of food grains is a source of immense worry for the country. The World Health Organization has estimated that 80 to 90% of all human cancers are environmentally related or induced. The inordinate population growth, rapid industrialization, fast urbanization, and modified agriculture operations have intensified the interaction of man with the environment. As a result, there is alarming increase in the pollution of air, water, and soil. Human health is seriously affected by the environmental and ecological disorders. The situation, if not controlled, would be a great threat to the very survival of the mankind on this earth. The developed countries where the population problem have been more severe started taking effective re- remedial measures since early 60s. In 1970s, they celebrated the Earth Day under the auspices of the United Nations. In 1972, the United Nations held a conference on human environment. Since then, the developing countries, including India, have also become conscious about protecting their environment. The setting up of Central Ganga Authority for complete depollution of the pious Ganga water is a consequence of that very consciousness. The government of India have now a full-fledged Ministry of Environment which seriously look after the conservation and protection of environment. Mankind is faced with several types of pollution such as air, water, soil, thermal pollution, metal pollution, noise pollution, etc. In this water, we shall deal with only three types of pollution. Air pollution. The problem of air is not a new one. It has been around for centuries. More than 3 centuries ago, John 11, a noted scientist, and complained about severe air pollution around London. He described with great accuracy the effect of air pollution resulting from the combustion of coal. Extensive studies in this context, however, have been carried out only during the last few decades. When we talk of pollution of air, we mean generally the pollution of that part of the atmosphere which is nearest to the Earth's surface, extended to a height of 80 km. This is known as homosphere since it is composed of homogeneous mixture of various constituents. The homosphere constitutes about 99.9% of the total atmosphere. Air pollutants. The air in nature is never clean. It is invariably polluted. The common gases pollutants are carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide, sulfide, H2S, NO, NO2, and common solid pollutants called particulates are carbon and dust particles, pollens, aerosols of lead, etc. The gaseous pollutants are released into the atmosphere as a result of volcanic activity, vegetation decay, forest fires, coal refuses fire, etc., as well as by combustion of coal and oil, burning of gasoline in automobiles, agriculture and slash burning, etc. The particulates are produced by volcanic eruptions, high velocity winds, biological processes, natural activities such as well as by smelting and mining operations, stone crushing and grinding, incomplete combustion, human activities. In addition to the above common pollutants, some specific pollutants such as chlorine, hydrocarbons, chlorofluorohydrocarbons, pesticides, etc., are also ejected into the atmosphere from specific industrial units and industrial processes. The various air pollutants and sources from which they originate. Major pollutants: CO, major resources, incomplete combustion of carbonaceous matter in automobile engines and defective furnaces, incomplete combustion of agriculture and slash matter, volcanic eruptions, forest fire. Maximum permissible exposure in ppm during an average period of 8 hours per day. It's for CO it's 50 ppm. SO2 user shows combustion of sulfur bearing fuels such as coal and oil, volcanic eruption. Maximum permissible exposure is 5 ppm. NO, NO2 combustion of fuel, interaction of NO and O2 of the atmosphere at high temperatures. It's 5 ppm. H2S biological decay of organic metal, oil refineries. It's 20 ppm. Cl2 industrial units producing paper, plastic, chlorinated hydrocarbon dyes, chlorochemicals, etc. For Cl2 permissible exposure is 1 ppm. Some pollutants, other pollutants, hydrocarbons, combustion of fuel in automobile refineries, anaerobic bacterial decomposition of organic matter, natural gases, chlorofluorocarbon, industrial unit manufacturing, refrigerants, firefighting agents, their use as solvent, pesticide, major sources, application of pesticides and their volatilization from soil, water, treated surface and industrial units producing pesticide, particulates, volcanic eruption, fly ash, smelting and mining operation, smoke from incomplete combustion, dust from crushers and grinders, PbCl2, PbBr2, addition of tetraethyl lead plus C2H4 Cl2 plus C2H4 Br2 to gasoline to improve its anti-knock properties. CO2 combustion of carbonaceous matter, biological decay, lime kilns. For these, maximum permissible exposure hydrocarbon is 1000 ppm, for chlorofluorocarbon 1030 ppm, particulates CO2 for 5000 ppm. CO2 is not considered as an air pollutant. We shall now discuss adverse effects of various pollutants, the maximum limit of their tolerance and method of their detection and control. Carbon monoxide originates from incomplete combustion of carbonaceous matter in automobile engines and defective furnaces, incomplete combustion of agriculture and slash burn, and also by the interaction of carbon dioxide with coke at high temperature. In industrial furnaces such as blast furnaces, some natural processes such as forest fire, volcanic activity, seed germination, lightning discharge during thunderstorm, etc. also release carbon monoxide in small amount. Major portion of a gas is of course contributed by human activity. Thus, of the total amount of CO present in the atmosphere, about 73% is contributed by vehicular exhaust and about 17% by forest fires and agriculture and slash burning. Industrial processes involved in steel, paper, petroleum industries contribute about 9.5% of CO. The contribution by natural phenomena is thus very small. Although considerable amount of CO is being emitted continuously by human activity, its concentration in the atmosphere doesn't increase to any significant extent. This is because some factors operate in nature which eliminate carbon monoxide. Recent researchers have shown that soil is capable of removing large amount of CO from the atmosphere by virtue of the action of some soil microorganisms. Technically, the elements or organisms which consume a pollutant like known as a sink, soil microbes act as a sink for CO in thickly polluted urban areas. The concentration of CO is considerably high because of heavy vehicular traffic and insufficient availability of soil to act as sink. On the countryside, the concentration of the gas is comparatively small. Toxic effects of carbon monoxide. The toxic effects of carbon monoxide on human beings and animals arise from the reversible combination with hemoglobin present in the red blood cell to form carbaminohemoglobin Hb plus Co form HbCO. Normally, hemoglobin of the blood combined with oxygen of the atmosphere present in the lungs to form oxyhemoglobin HbO2, which undergo dissociation to release the oxygen to the body muscles or tissues. These HbO2 act as an oxygen carrier for blood. Since Hb has much greater affinity for CO than for O2, the hemoglobin is more readily attacked by CO to form HbCO. The combination of hemoglobin with CO inhibits its oxygen carrying capacity in the blood, thereby reducing the availability of oxygen for the body cells, resulting in anoxia, oxygen starvation. Hb contains 5 coordinated Fe2 atoms. The 6 coordination site of each of these iron second atoms is unoccupied. The molecular oxygen atoms, the 6 coordination site of each of these iron atoms is unoccupied. The molecular oxygen present in the lungs add to the iron 2 atoms through the 6 coordination site and gets detached easily at the cells of the muscles. If instead O2, the stronger CO ligand occupies the 6 coordination site of metal, Hb would be able to take up O2 from the lungs and deliver it to the body cells.